What if I told you that one of the greatest arenas in human history wasn't just a place for games, but a machine designed to control minds, crush rebellion, and entertain through death? A place where men were forced to kill, animals from across the world were hunted like trophies, and every scream from the crowd fed an empire's hunger for power. This is not a Hollywood movie. This was real. This was Rome. Before we take you inside the Colosseum, do one thing: subscribe now and hit the bell. Because what you're about to see isn't in your history books. It's raw, it's real, and it's going to change the way you see ancient Rome forever. Like the video if you're ready to walk into the arena, not as a tourist, but as a Roman. Welcome to the Colosseum. Close your eyes. Forget the tourist photos. Forget the crumbling ruins. Now imagine yourself walking into the Colosseum, not as a tourist, but as a Roman citizen in the year 80 AD. The sun burns high above you. The roar of 50,000 people rattles your chest. The smell, sweat, dust, wine, and fear. And in the middle of it all, a blood-stained arena where a man's entire life can end in the blink of an eye. Why did the Romans love this so much? Let's find out. The Colosseum, known originally as the Flavian Amphitheater, began as a political move. Emperor Vespasian ordered its construction in 72 AD, not just to entertain the people, but to remind them who ruled. His son Titus opened it 8 years later with an unbelievable spectacle. 100 straight days of games, battles, hunts, and executions. That's right, 100. Imagine the scale of that operation. Thousands of performers, exotic animals, gladiators, criminals, engineers, musicians. This wasn't a stadium. It was a living, breathing weapon of influence. The Colosseum could hold up to 80,000 people without modern tech. And the seating. It wasn't just random. You sat where your status placed you. Senators and nobles, front row, knights and merchants, middle seats, women, foreigners and slaves. High above, in the scorching sun and choking dust. Even in death, Rome reminded you of your place. In the days before the games, the area around the Colosseum turned into a chaotic carnival. Vendors sold cheap wine, grilled meat, trinkets shaped like your favorite gladiator. Children played. Musicians drummed on street corners. It was a festival. But behind the joy, there was tension. Everyone knew something brutal was coming. Then the day arrived. The gates slammed shut. Inside, tens of thousands hushed. A trumpet blared. And out they came. Gladiators, prisoners, wild beasts, marching in a choreographed procession called the Pampa, a mix between a parade and a funeral. When they reached the center, silence. And then, "Hail Emperor, those who are about to die salute you." A chill swept the arena. The games had begun. Gladiators weren't just killers. They were celebrities, symbols of strength, but also prisoners of war, slaves, condemned criminals. Each fighter had a style, a story. The Retiarius with net and trident, light, fast, unpredictable. The Secutor with heavy shield and helmet, slow, brutal, relentless. Their duels were real and deadly. A single mistake could mean death. The crowd loved it. Gasps, screams, cheers. And when a fighter fell, all eyes turned to the emperor. Thumb up or thumb down, life or death. But Rome never let you relax. Between the duels came the Venationes, beast hunts, lions from Africa, tigers from Asia, crocodiles from the Nile. They were released into the arena and hunted by trained fighters using spears and traps. It was brutal, but also symbolic. Rome versus the wild, civilization versus chaos, man versus nature. And then there were the executions. This wasn't just punishment. This was theater. Criminals, traitors, deserters were brought out to die, on stage in front of everyone. Sometimes they were tied to stakes, sometimes forced to act out mythological scenes, where the ending was always their death. Rome taught through fear, obey, or bleed. But not every spectacle involved sand and blood. Sometimes, They replaced the arena floor with water. Yes, water. Using a network of underground pipes and cisterns, the Colosseum could flood itself for naval battles. Real ships, real oarsmen, real danger. Imagine that, watching a full sea battle in the heart of the city. No other civilization dared to entertain like this. As the final fight ended, the crowd slowly calmed. But the arena didn't rest. The arenarii entered. They cleared the bodies, scrubbed away the blood, refilled the sand, preparing for the next day. And the survivors, they were led to the emperor's box, exhausted, bloody, barely standing. And then, Rome's greatest reward: gold, applause, laurel wreaths, and for a rare few, the greatest prize of all: freedom. A simple word from the emperor, and a man condemned to die became a Roman hero. And then, it was over. But even the exit was organized. 80 arched passageways, called vomitoria, cleared the Colosseum in minutes. No pushing, no confusion. Even leaving was part of the performance. Outside, the streets buzzed again. Vendors sold bread, cheese, and wine. Crowds gathered at taverns, retelling what they saw. Did you see the tiger leap on that man? That net fighter was incredible. The emperor spared him. Can you believe it? Each person had their version, and each version added to the legend. Now, after all we've seen, one thing is clear. The Colosseum wasn't just about blood. It was about power, discipline, control. Rome didn't just entertain. It reminded every citizen what it meant to be Roman: obedient, strong, unquestioning. In the end, the Colosseum wasn't just a stadium. It was the empire itself, loud, ruthless, glorious, and unforgettable. Now tell me, if you could sit in the Colosseum for just one day, which moment would you choose to witness? The gladiator duel, the beast hunt, or the naval battle? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if this story fascinated you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more epic journeys into the past. Because history is never just history. It's the greatest story ever told.
History isn't dead. It's waiting beneath the dust.